I'm making you nervous with this thing, as I should. So you learned how to make your turkey. Now it's time to make the bread, but don't be intimidated. And don't use your bread machine on this one, because we brought in a pro to teach you the basics of bread making. Joe Bellavance is the owner of Average Joe Artisan Bread Kits, which are right here. Amazing. Okay, so apparently, Average Joe, your bread blew away so many people, which is why you're here.
Yeah, it tends to get people's attention, and the reason why is we're so accustomed to kind of mushy, flavorless bread that, you know, when somebody brings back kind of like the European stuff, it's crunchy, it's chewy, it's moist, airy, meaty. It really gets people's attention.
Who knew that bread could have all of those adjectives, verbs, whatever they are? Anyway, okay, so let's make some bread, because here's what's happening. In the kit, you get all of the ingredients, you get a few tools, and each kit allows you to make 3 loaves, right?
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to make one.
Yep.
All right, in here we have water.
We have some water,
okay.
and we're just going to put in a little bit of yeast, so 1 scoop here.
Okay, just 1 scoop?
Yep.
All right.
And that's going to dissolve a little bit, so while that's dissolving, we're going to get a couple of cups of flour, so we'll just need 1 cup of flour here.
Okay. Does the flour come in the kit?
Sure does.
It does?
Yep. And
okay.
just level it off.
And some tools, right?
Yeah, you want to use a flat edge there?
Okay.
That's okay, we'll get it. It's just bread.
I don't spend too much time baking bread. Okay, so you want me to put this in there?
Yeah, let's, go ahead.
Okay.
Yep.
What kind of flour is this, by the way?
This is King Arthur.
Oh, everybody talks about King Arthur.
It's good stuff. It's really good stuff. And we'll need one more cup of flour.
Oops. I'm kind of messy.
That's okay.
Okay.
And now we're just going to stir that up. And what I've tried to do here is to put together a product that's as easy to use as a bread machine. I think people want to be able to bake bread at home. I think that's why bread machines sold so well 10 to 15 years ago. But the results typically are not very good. So what I've tried to do is to get something that's as easy, but produces a result that I think is, 100 times better.
Well, and the cool thing about this is like a basic recipe, because in your kit you have this little cookbook here with all these different ideas, so you can add anything to it. If you're into raisins or, I don't know, whatever, cranberries, whatever you want to add to it, you can.
Okay, so we're going to add 3 scoops of salt here.
Okay.
The master recipe is very robust. There are other recipes in the cookbook for Parmesan, cinnamon raisin, salted rosemary, cherry walnut. You can even make pizza crust with it.
Ooh, I like that.
So we've tried to be, and we're going to go ahead and throw in 1 more cup of flour, please.
Okay, because we're going to run out of time. I might not be able to knead this.
That's okay. We'll get it.
All right. So total 3 cups?
Yep, and it's a very hands-off technique. The only time you're touching the dough is when you're mixing it and when you're shaping it. You can do this with a mixer at home if you'd prefer to do it manually, which is good. That's what I do because I'm lazy.
Really? Why didn't you bring a mixer?
You're my mixer.
I am your mixer. Okay, that's fair enough.
All right, and that's probably pretty good. We can just take it out and knead it a little bit. I'll throw some flour out here for you.
Okay. All right. It's not really sticking. Is that's
normal.
Correct?
Yep.
Okay.
And then once you start kneading it, it'll all come together.
Okay. So is there a way to do this?
Well, that
properly?
looks pretty good. Yeah.
All right. Excellent. Real quickly, show us the tools that come in this kit, because I'm pretty fascinated by this one little tool that you have.
Oh, sure. This is called a baker's blade or a lame. Don't worry, it comes in a tube to protect your fingers. But it's basically a razor blade on a stick, and the practice comes out of the Middle Ages when people used to bake in communal ovens in their village. They would take the dough to the village baker in the morning, and then go work in the fields. Well, when they came back, they needed to know which loaf of bread was there, so they would have marked it somehow. They would have cut it. It's kind of like branding a cow.
Oh, so instead you brand your bread.
You brand your bread.
I like that. That's a cool story.
Yeah.
So, and you kind of need to do that because you said it opens it up and makes it more flavorful.
Yeah, you get the nice cuts. It looks pretty. It controls the oven spring, doesn't tear, and it just makes a nice presentation.
How are we doing here?
I think you're doing great.
I'm getting out of breath, actually.
I think you're doing great.
But is this supposed to be happening?
Yeah, it's normal. You can put a little more flour on there.
Okay,
I think you're doing
well.
well.
So here's the deal. We have to go, but when we come back in the next segment with our Average Joe Artisan Bread Making Kit, we are going to show you how to bake it, and you know what? I think you're going to be shocked at how you bake this bread. Don't give it away.
I'm not telling any secrets.
You are a great little bread maker, T.O.
I'm just going to town here, aren't I? And
you
look,
are.
it's almost done. Except now it has to raise.
Okay, well, use your blade.
Okay, I will.
All right.